All right, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the one and only Wrestling Otaku channel. Of course, your personification of excellence on YouTube and YWC. We're the best reviews wrestling and your three-time YWC channel of the year. And I'm back here. It is now officially Friday, April the 18th of 2025. Good Friday, technically, because of course in 2 days you got Easter Sunday. So usually on that weekend, on the Friday before, they call it Good Friday. That's technically what this is. So I figure, make a video while I'm out. Nice day, the sun's out. It's nice. Breeze out, not chilly or anything, not too hot. I'm actually in front of the back of the library. As you can see, the library is actually closed today because it is Good Friday, and it'll be closed the next few days as well, up to Easter Sunday. So, but I figure I'd go ahead and make this video since I'm out here. I do have to head into work. We got a late day tonight, but I figure I'd go ahead and make a video here while I'm thinking about it, because we are now on the heels of WrestleMania weekend. Tomorrow, 24 hours from now, it's going to be WrestleMania night one. It's WrestleMania weekend, and then in Las Vegas, and it's the big grand spectacle that it is, WrestleMania 41. And then other wrestling events hold specific other wrestling promotions hold events on the weekend as well. They call it WrestleCon, I believe, and they hold it the same weekend that WrestleMania has WrestleMania weekend, all that kind of stuff. So you got all these festivities and blah blah blah, and they're Las Vegas and all that fucking fanfare and all the hoopla that surrounds WrestleMania weekend, and all that BS and all that jive and all that nonsense. And what does WWE do, by the way, leading up to the biggest event of their calendar year, basically their version of the Super Bowl? You want to know what WWE has done most of this week? You've had WWE executives, people who work for WWE, people who make decisions for this company, basically go out and publicly talk about AEW, which I find hilarious. Which, by the way, that will be a video very soon. But I want to do this one first because, again, we got WrestleMania. We're on the heels of WrestleMania weekend and all that jive. And so I figured I'd go ahead and make this video to kind of give I guess you could say, my version of a preview for WrestleMania, this upcoming WrestleMania 41, for nights 1 and 2. And I'm basically going to show you and explain to you guys in this video why, or just how bad is WrestleMania 41 going to suck. Okay, so I'm going to preview the matches, the official match card for both nights, for night 1 and night 2, and I'm just going to explain to you why I think this match card sucks and why I think this WrestleMania is going to suck. It's just overrated garbage as usual. I stated this before in a video that I did last week, and most of you have seen it, should have seen it on this channel by now, talking about why I think the build for WrestleMania was lackluster. I basically described all, everything that I had to in that video. You guys, again, should have seen it by now. I hope you enjoyed that video, by the way. But here with this video, I'm going to be specifically looking and breaking down the match card, looking at the match card itself for both nights, and explaining to you guys why I think this card and these matches and this night, this event, that being WrestleMania, both nights, is personally, I think it's going to suck. I think it's going to be a sucky event. It's going to be overrated, overhyped as usual. There's a reason why, and there's also a report, by the way, there's a reason why WrestleMania is struggling to sell tickets this year. That's an actual thing. That was an actual report. WrestleMania has been struggling to sell tickets. Because, number one, it's overpriced as fuck, because WWE overcharges these motherfuckers. They charge an arm and a leg for these fucking ticket prices. Not just for WrestleMania, but just for their events in general. And then you got dumbasses out here in the community who actually pay pay that shit because they got nothing better to do with their money. Because they got all this disposable income. Let's go to a high-priced ass WWE show. A watered-down PG garbage that it is. The watered-down wannabe, the sports entertainment BS that it is. And let's pay all these fucking overpriced tickets for it. And it's fucking dumb. They overcharge people because they know they can get away with it. Because again, they got brain dead mongrels in their fucking fan base who pay those prices. They overprice the seats, yet they underpay their talent. Go figure. And then people want to bitch about AEW. Oh, AEW pays their guys too much. No, because AEW knows that because in AEW, wrestlers are actually fucking valued. All right? It's not that way in WWE. All the value in WWE is that fucking money, is making a fucking profit. Especially now that they're owned by TKO and they're owned by Endeavor and they're TKO along with UFC. But anyway, so now that I got kind of that off my chest, just figured I'd mention that before I kind of get into it here. So with that being said, without further ado, let's just go through this match card, and I'm just going to kind of explain to you guys what I mean when I say that personally I think this WrestleMania is going to suck. These matches, just looking at them on paper, I find really no interest in any of these. All right, there might be some slight interest generated in regards to certain ones of them, but for the most part, it's lackluster. Mostly due to the fact that the build has fucking sucked, and I'm not the only one who thinks that, by the way. So let's get into it here. Also, tonight on Smackdown, they got a special theme or special branded Wrestlemania Smackdown, and they're going to have matches on this card for Smackdown tonight that they weren't able, or they're not going to put on the card for WrestleMania. So they're not going to put these matches on night 1 or night 2. Instead, they're going to stick them all on tonight's episode of Smackdown, and they're going to call it WrestleMania Smackdown. So it's technically a third night of WrestleMania. It's like, are you fucking kidding me? These are the matches that they don't want to put on night 1 or night 2, or the matches they think are worthy of putting on night 1 or night 2, which, by the way, I heard that one of those matches was for the SmackDown Tag Championships. I think it's the champions, DIY, if I'm not mistaken. Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano versus the Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, who they just signed back a couple months ago, back in the fall. The team that won the tag team titles in just their first month, within a couple weeks. You mean to tell me that the Motor City Machine Guns aren't good enough to be put on fucking either night 1 or night 2 WrestleMania? Your SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the team challenging for them, rather, your SmackDown Tag Team title match isn't good enough to be on this card for WrestleMania. It's on SmackDown, WrestleMania Smackdown. Then you have that garbage-ass fucking Raw tag title match, which I'll get to in a minute. So, basically, WWE is telling you that the Motor City Machine Guns are not good enough to be on the main card for WrestleMania, on either night 1 or night 2. Think about that for a second. So, great career move there, by the way, Motor City Machine Guns. Great career move. WWE is basically telling you, without telling you, they don't think you're valuable enough to be put on night 1 or night 2. Anyway, let's just get on with this here. I just want to get all this out before I kind of get through this card. You guys kind of understand where I'm coming from. But anyway, so let's begin. We'll start with night 1, tomorrow night, okay? Let's just go through the matches real quick, right? We got Gunther defending the World Heavyweight Championship against Jey Uso. The match is going to be boring. It's going to suck. Jey Uso has underperformed. He's been completely underwhelming ever since his Royal Rumble victory. The fans have really started to kind of turn on him, sour on him. Ever since they basically figured out, after all this time, they finally figured out that this guy is not a legit fucking wrestler. His wrestling is average. He's an average singles wrestler. He's not a main event talent. He's not a main event caliber player. Like, literally during that whole bloodline fucking thing, when he was basically a lackey for Roman Reigns, he would literally lose every single match that he was put in. Because, again, Roman Reigns would send him out there to wrestle or beat up, whoever it was he was facing, or whoever he was defending the title against. He would send Jey Uso after them, and Jey Uso would fucking loss after loss after loss after fucking loss, and this guy looked like a fucking bum. He looked like a joke. And now all of a sudden he's main event Jey Uso because he got a fucking chant over, because he got a word over, he got a fucking t-shirt designed, yeets, he got fucking morons in the crowd, yeet, 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 day one-ish. That's why he's fucking over. Okay, it's the same thing with Joe Hendry and his theme, that went viral for some reason. But now people are starting to see this guy is not anything, this guy's not worth anything in terms of a singles wrestler. He's very average. He's average at best. In most cases, he's below average, and people started to see it on this build to WrestleMania. That's why nobody's excited for this match, and that's probably why this match is not the main event. But then again, I think there's another reason why this match isn't the final match in night 1. But anyway, so Gunther, Jey Uso, that match is going to suck. It's not going to be anything special. We've already seen it, by the way. They've already had this match, twice? They've already wrestled each other twice or 3 times already. So what's it's not really anything to look forward to. Let's just put it that way. All right, let's move on. All right, so next up, we have the match that I was talking about. Tag match here for the World Tag Team Championships. The champions, the War Raiders. I'm surprised they're even still employed with this company, much less being tag champions. The War Raiders, Ivar and Eric, formerly known as they were better when they were War Machine, Hanson and Ray Moreau. That's what I know them as when they were in Ring of Honor. I think they were in TNA for a time as well, but they were better as fucking War Machine, Hanson and Ray Moreau. But anyway, so the War Raiders defend the World Tag Team titles against, of all teams, the fucking New Day. Are you kidding me with this match? The New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston, we haven't heard jack shit. We haven't heard about anything from them. We haven't heard about them at all. I haven't really heard anything about these two guys since they turned heel. Back in what? Fucking late last year? and they haven't really done much of anything, and now all of a sudden they're thrust into a World Tag title match on WrestleMania Night 1, and yet fucking the Motor City Machine Guns have to wrestle on Smackdown, and the fucking New Day wrestle in this match? Are you fucking kidding me with this shit? So, no, I don't care for this match. It's gonna be a throwaway match, it's gonna be filler, nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares, honestly. So let's move on. Oh, Jesus Christ, speaking of not caring, Rey Mysterio one-on-one versus El Grande Americano. Basically, it's Chad Gable in a fucking lucha mask. This is what you're pushing for WrestleMania. This is Chad Gable's new gimmick, ladies and gentlemen. This is his new gimmick. He's pretending to be a luchador. This is his fucking gimmick. Jesus fucking Christ, the creative is just gone. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? You might as well fucking bring Hulk Hogan back and have him wear a mask and have it be Mr. fucking America again. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Rey Mysterio, El Grande Americano. Are you fucking kidding me with this match? Are you fucking kidding me? This is a WrestleMania worthy match. Fuck out of here. Alright, moving on. So next up we got one-on-one here, one-on-one women's match. Jade Cargill versus Naomi. It's whatever, you know. Jade Cargill, she was out for a long time, and she was selling like her partner, whatever, Naomi, turning on her, and these two have kind of been going at it, and it's just like, I don't really care for this match either. It's just another grudge match, quote unquote, in the women's division. Why does this have to take up a spot on night 1 of WrestleMania? It gets me. Moving on. Next up, we got a singles match for the WWE United States Championship. The champion LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu. You know, when LA Knight was in TNA as Eli Drake, he had he had some personality, he had a character, you know, he had a voice, he cut good promos and such, and he did for the most part in WWE as LA Knight. But I'm gonna be honest with you, he's kind of lost interest, like for me personally anyway. I can't speak for anybody else, but for me, he's just not the same guy. Like, he doesn't have the same interest as he did when he first went there, and it's just like, even as United States champion. Which, by the way, this is the second run, and then they had Shinsuke Nakamura, for whatever reason, win the title, and then LA Knight just wins it back, and it's just like, I just don't really care for this, like, this variation of LA Knight. Like, he still cuts good promos, he's still decent in the ring, but I'm just not as into him as I was before. And then Jacob Fatu has kind of been on and off. Like, he's shown signs of being an impressive guy in terms of, wrestling wise, but he's another guy who's kind of fallen off, kind of ever since this whole him associating with Solo Sikoa and this new bloodline shit. And it's like, it ought to be, I'm sure it'll be a decent match on the card, but it's just, for me, the interest is just not there. Let's just put it that way. It should be a decent enough match, though. Alright, next up, we got, oh, Jesus Christ, this fucking train wreck. We got the WWE Women's Championship match. The champion, Tiffany Stratton, defends against Charlotte Flair. What do I need to say about this fucking match? This match is going to be god-awful, folks. Okay? Let's just, the build for first of all, the build for this match is was just terrible. It was god-awful. It's just like, it completely shit the bed. We saw that segment on Smackdown like a week or two ago where they went off script. Charlotte was flustered because, she was getting booed and shit. And then she's, basically, came up with a bunch of lines on the fly. She basically went off script in terms of her lines. And then Tiffany Stratton went off script. And then there was reports that both of them are facing disciplinary action. And it's like, you have stuff like that happen in the build to this match. Just imagine how bad the match itself is going to be. And these are not two of the best. I mean, Charlotte, she was at one point one of the better workers in terms of like female wrestlers, women's wrestlers in WWE, but she has really fallen off since then. And Tiffany Stratton, she was impressive for a time. Now she's just another face on the roster, personally. Like, it's just like, this match is going to suck dick, folks. Let's just be real. The match is going to suck. It's going to suck. It's been a sucky build. It's been just terrible segments, boring segments. And this match itself is not going to be any better. Let's just be real. The match, personally, I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being the worst match on this night. I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being the worst match on this show, on WrestleMania, on either night. That's just that's what I think. That's what I'm thinking, folks. And then we have the main event of night 1. It's not actually main event. The triple threat match with nothing really on the line. It's just a random throwaway triple threat match here. Roman Reigns versus CM Punk versus Seth Rollins. Where the storyline is, where does Paul Heyman's allegiance lie? Is it with Roman Reigns? Or is it with CM Punk? Or is it with Seth Rollins? Who cares? Who gives a shit? What's the purpose of this match? Is the winner getting a title shot? Is the winner getting something significant? Not really. All it is, oh, who's Paul Heyman going to align himself with? Who's Paul Heyman going to help win? The fuck's that? Like, what is the purpose of this match? There's no title on the line, no title shot on the line. It's not no more contenders match. Why should anybody care about this? Because, oh, CM Punk gets his fucking main event finally. CM Punk has a main event match, even though it's not really a main event match. So, great career move there, Punk. You did all that shit in AEW. You talked all that shit about AEW so you could be the final match on night one. Great career move there, buddy. Great career move there, Z-Pack Phil. Great move there. The match is going to suck dick. Let's just be honest. I'm sure they'll try to make a spectacle out of it, but it's going to fall short. It's going to fall short of anything we're going to see, anything we saw at Revolution in AEW. It's going to fall short of anything we're going to see at All In a couple months. It's going to be another match on the show. It's going to be another match on the show, and personally, I think it's just going to suck dick. It's going to fall short. It's not going to be that good. That's just me. So then we move on to night 2. Let me just get through the rest of these here. We move on to night 2, triple threat match for the Women's World Championship. The champion Io Sky against Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. It's whatever. I mean, it should be an okay match, but it's just, again, the interest is gone from me. They've been bouncing around this Women's World Championship for quite some time. I mean, they've been bouncing around the WWE Women's title too. But it's just like the women's division right now in WWE, people want to talk about how it's so good. I just think, personally, there's not a whole lot of interest there, especially with the titles, especially with the main titles, because they bounce them around so much. And then they're trying to push fucking mid-card titles, and you see how well that's going. It's like, it's just whatever. I'm sure it'll be a fine match, because Io Sky, Belair, and Rhea Ripley, to an extent, are decent workers or solid workers. But for me, it's like the interest is not there. So it's just another whatever match for me. So then we have a women's tag team match for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships. The champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez will defend against Bayley and Lyra Valkyria. Are these even actual tag teams? Are these actual teams? To me, it just seems like they just randomly just throw these women together just to make a tag division. To me, that's the problem with this division. That's the problem with this women's tag division that they're trying to build, that they've been trying to push for years now. It's not there. They don't have any real women's tag teams, so they just throw tag teams together. Bayley and Lyra Valkyria are not a team. Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are not a team, and yet they're the champions. And I'm supposed to take this seriously, and I'm supposed to be interested in this. Not really. Okay, any match involving women's tag team championships is likely going to suck. All right, let's just be real. I personally think that match is going to suck dick. And that's just me. All right, moving on. So next up, we got a singles match, random singles match here that literally just out of nowhere. AJ Styles one-on-one versus Logan Paul. Who the fuck wants to see Logan Paul on goddamn WrestleMania again? Why is this match happening? AJ Styles, I haven't heard anything about AJ Styles in months. Now all of a sudden here he's wrestling Logan Paul? Who gives a shit? Match sucks dick. Not because of AJ Styles. Not because of AJ Styles, because fucking Logan Paul is in it. That automatically, for me, means the match is going to suck dick. Logan Paul does not belong on fucking WrestleMania. Logan Paul does not deserve a spot in a match on WrestleMania. So that in itself inherently means the match is going to suck dick. Nothing against AJ Styles. I love AJ Styles. But Logan Paul, this match is going to suck dick. Simple and plain. Next up, we got a Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE Intercontinental Championship. The champion Braun Breaker defends against Penta, Finn Balor, and Dominic Mysterio. To me, it just looks like they just threw a bunch of wrestlers together just so they could have them on this card. What's the basis here? Other than the fact that Intercontinental title's on the line. Braun Breaker, he's kind of been on and off for me. He's had impressive moments, but for the most part, he's just another guy. They throw the mid-card title, they throw the Intercontinental title, and they're trying to build him up. And it's one of those things where you kind of have to wait and see. And then you got Penta, who, what has Penta done since he's been in WWE? He's wrestled random match after random match, made his debut in the Rumble. What has he done since then? What has Penta done since then? Not a whole lot of anything. Let's just be real, man. I'm just being real. Penta hasn't really done jack shit since he debuted in the Rumble. And now he's in this Intercontinental title match. You think he's winning? Are you serious? Then we got Finn Balor, who hasn't done jack shit in years, and then Dominic Mysterio, who hasn't really done jack shit in years. Although people are trying to push Dominic Mysterio as being one of the more interesting characters in the last, couple years, since he had this whole Judgment Day thing. And for me, it's like, it's all right. It's whatever to me, though. That's just my opinion. That's just me. Just me personally. Nobody has to agree. I'm just telling you what I think. So the match for me is whatever. I don't think it's necessarily going to suck. It's just another match for the Intercontinental title 4-way. All right, next up we get a Sin City Street Fight with Damian Priest one-on-one versus Drew McIntyre. For what purpose exactly? Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre, what do they have against each other? Now, I know I haven't really been following WWE storylines that closely, but why exactly is Damian Priest facing Drew McIntyre? Like, what the hell? That sounds just like a random match they just threw together. And the Sin City Street Fight. Okay, I get it. They're in fucking Las Vegas, so we gotta have a Las Vegas themed match, right? A Sin City Street Fight. Great creative there in WWE. Real creative there. We gotta have a Sin City Street Fight. Yeah, that match is probably gonna suck dick too. All due respect to the wrestlers involved. Probably gonna suck dick. And then finally, we have the main event match of Night 2, and what they're likely which that's obviously going to be the main event of Night 2, and what they're treating as the main event of the entirety of the event being WrestleMania. We have our WWE Undisputed World Title match, or Undisputed WWE Championship match. The champion Cody Rhodes defends against John Cena. What else can I say about this fucking match? John Cena is involved. The match is going to suck dick. The match is going to fucking suck. Cody Rhodes isn't much fucking better. He's had decent matches since his time in WWE, but he has not really shown a side, or he has not really shown a level of skill and ability and talent in the ring since he's been in WWE. His matches have, for the most part, been watered down. And let's just be real, especially since he's become champion. Especially since he won the championship last year at WrestleMania, which I'm glad he did, because fucking somebody had to win the title from Roman Reigns. Jesus Christ. But now Cody Rhodes is going into like a full year. He is going to have been WWE Undisputed Champion for a full calendar year. And here on this show, he's going to face John fucking Cena. Quest for 17. Oh, he's a heel now. The heel turn has been a fucking joke. John Cena's heel turn has been an absolute flop. And I swear to God, if they had put the fucking world title, if they put the undisputed WWE title on John Cena just so he can say he won 17, I swear to God, it is going to be the worst thing creatively this company has done in a long ass time. Because it truly goes to show you, WWE does not give a shit about their full-time talents. It is going to show you what WWE's mindset, their mentality is in regards to how they book talent. In regards to how they view the talents on the roster. In terms of the importance of the talents on the roster. Where you're going to have fucking damn near 50-year-old John Cena in 2025 winning the fucking world title. That is going to be, if that happens, I swear to God, it's going to be utterly ridiculous. And any dumbass on social media, anybody fucking watching this video right now, any of these fucking idiots, these morons online, who think John Cena winning 17 is a good thing, you are fucking moronic. You are brain dead, and you are the biggest part of the problem with fucking pro wrestling. Jesus Christ, man. Oh my God, if they put the fucking world title on John Cena, Jesus holy Christ almighty, I might have a fucking aneurysm after that shit. Jesus Christ. So the match is gonna suck dick. It's not gonna be anything. It's fucking John Cena, folks. John Cena wrestling 2025. And you mean to tell me that that's gonna be a high quality, high caliber match? Get the fuck out of my face with that shit. And Cody Rhodes is not good enough in his current state. Cody Rhodes is not good enough to carry a match like this. He is not fucking AJ. Cody Rhodes is not fucking on the level of a Kevin Owens. He's not on the level of, say, somebody like a Kenny Omega or a Will Ospreay or somebody like that to where he can carry a match like this. He's not that good. He's not that good right now. He's not that good of a wrestler right now to where he can carry a match like this to be somewhat good. The match is going to suck dick, folks. It just is. That's your WrestleMania main event, ladies and gentlemen. That is the main event of Night 2. Cody Rhodes and John Cena. Jesus Christ almighty. And I'm going to tell you what. Because I know what people are going to say at the end of this video. I know what people are going to say when they watch this video. Oh, see, there you go, just hating. They're hating. You're just hate watching. You're just blindly hating WWE again. You don't even know if it's going to be bad because you're probably not going to watch it or you didn't watch it. And all that stupid shit. Here's what I'm going to do, okay? I'm going to personally make it a point to either on the night of or after the fact. I'm going to make it a point to watch the John Cena. I'm going to make it a point to watch the Cody Rhodes John Cena WWE Undisputed title match. And I'm going to review it afterwards. Just to show you and just to prove to you how bad that match is going to suck dick. Or how bad that match sucks dick. I'm going to watch that match and I'm going to review that match afterwards. And I'm going to explain to you all in detail just how badly that match sucks dick. Because I know it's going to. That's how much confidence I have in myself as a wrestling reviewer. So you're going to see that right here on the channel. But anyway, so that's pretty much it for that. So those are all the matches. There are 7 matches for night 1. And apparently 6 for night 2. I thought there was going to be 7 for both nights. But it only has 6 listed here. I don't know why for night 2. I don't know. Maybe they added another one. I don't know. I guess it doesn't matter because they all suck dick, basically. Nothing really interesting or nothing really exciting or interesting or all that eye-opening or anything like that we've never seen before. It's just all stuff all these matches are basically matches we've already seen already, except for fucking Cody Rhodes and John Cena. But it's like, it's whatever to me. The show is going to suck dick. It's a weak build. It's a weak card. And quite frankly, I think it's going to be a weak show. But people are going to overgloss it and overhype it as usual because it's WrestleMania. Because of course they are. Because it's the Super Bowl of fucking WWE. It's the Super Bowl of pro wrestling. Not really. Even the Super Bowl, even the actual Super Bowl itself, even the actual Super Bowl, the NFL, has had some shitty games or some bad games or boring games. WWE's WrestleMania, WWE's Super Bowl, WrestleMania we've had some shitty WrestleManias in the last couple years. We've had some just plain boring, bad WrestleManias the last 5-10 years. And this one's going to be no different. Guarantee you of that. I guarantee you of that. I guarantee you. I will not be wrong about this. And I'm going to prove it to you. I will be reviewing that Cody Rhodes John Cena match. Just to prove to you and show you and explain to you how bad that match will be. And how bad that match ends up being. But anyway, so that's pretty much all I got to say for that. Ambulance going by. Just I want to wait for it to go by. Anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say for this. So for my money, that's my overview, if you will, of the WrestleMania 41 matches, the match card for night 1 and night 2. I didn't bother with the Smackdown WrestleMania or WrestleMania Smackdown because it's basically a fucking pre-show, more or less. It's basically a third night that they're not even advertising. You know, they just throw matches on Smackdown and just say it's Smackdown WrestleMania so people actually act like, you know, people actually care. But anyway, so that's pretty much all I gotta say for that. So I personally think it's gonna suck. The matches are gonna suck. Both nights 1 and 2 are gonna suck, and people are gonna overhype it as usual. It is what it is. It's WWE. It's WrestleMania. But they gotta, you know, they gotta get their shots in. They gotta get their licks in on AEW, just like they did last year. Because you know, fucking Nick Khan and Paul Levesque, Triple H, and everybody who's in fucking WWE, all the major bigwigs and the top talents, AEW, Tony Khan and AEW live rent-free in these people's heads. Let's just be real. Let's be real. Tony Khan and AEW live rent-free in these people's heads. They most certainly live rent-free in Nick Khan and Triple H's heads. To the point where you have Nick Khan in fucking interviews on the week before WrestleMania talking about AEW. You got fucking Seth Rollins and John Cena and these fucking other talents taking blatant direct shots at AEW. And this is your build. This is your build for WrestleMania, folks. The biggest night of the calendar year. And they're fucking taking shots at the competition. That's how you're building up to WrestleMania. Garbage. AEW lives rent-free in your heads. Hilarious. Hilarious to me. But yeah, WrestleMania 41 is going to suck. Okay, weak card, weak build, weak matches. It's going to be a weak show. Just be real. And WrestleMania 41 is going to suck. Let's just be real. That's all I got to say on that. So anyway, that's pretty much all I got for this. So thank you for watching once again, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to hit that like button. Leave a comment. Give me your thoughts on anything I talked about here. And be sure, as always, to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Appreciate all the support I can get. Got more content coming for you very soon. But as I stated when this video started, I got to head into work in a little bit, in another hour or so. So I got to, you know, go and do, get some stuff, maybe get something to eat, grab a bite to eat, and then head on in. So that's pretty much all I got to say for that. So thank you for watching once more. And until next time, this has been the Wrestling Otaku signing off. See you guys in the next video. Have a good weekend, by the way. Have a good Easter. I'll see you guys in a video before the end of the weekend. But till then, Wrestling Otaku, I'm out for now. Peace. And fuck the AEW haters. And fuck the haters of Wrestling Otaku. Yeah.